What's up? We got Erin Kelley here, and we're going to just walk through a little bit of your journey. Ready to roll?
Ready.
All right. So, first question is just give me your name, where you're located, what's the name of your business?
My name is Erin. I am in Howell. I'm a massage therapist, and the name of my business is Thrivival Massage and Bodywork.
Heck yeah. So, we've been working together for a while now, but talk to us about before we started, right? So, what was your situation kind of before bringing me in?
Before we started, well, all along, I've been like a solo entrepreneur. I have been the workforce in the business, on the business, and I'm also a single parent, and I also help my family. And I was struggling. I was having a really hard time figuring out how to balance all the balls of my life, and I feel like I was doing a poor job at all of them.
Is there anything that you were like unable to do or like a threshold you were trying to get over that you just couldn't?
I was unable to pretty much work on the business. I was working in the business so much when I was working that I had almost no time to work on the business. So my numbers were not done for the accounting. I mean, I was paying all my bills, but like I had no idea if I was actually making money, if I was losing money. Um, and that was one of the first
Yeah.
things Desi said was, or you said, was, you've got to know if you're doing well or not.
Yes. Yes. What like how was that making you feel before bringing me in?
It's kind of funny because even though I was like doing well in life, I was feeling like a failure because I knew I was supposed to be a good business person. You need to do those things. So I knew I was supposed to be doing them, and I just couldn't find the time,
Yeah.
or I didn't figure out how to create the time yet.
Yeah, absolutely. So obviously you found us through some local networking. What were some of your thoughts going through the process of like, should I bring Desi in? Should I not? What are my doubts? What are my worries? What are my fears? Honestly, this is my favorite question because it's just reality of what we're going through when we're thinking about bringing the coach in and those types of things. So get real with us there. What were some of your doubts and fears as you went through the process of bringing me in?
Well, obviously, like the first ones were, I already feel so busy. I don't feel like I have time. I would love to hire, if I had other people working for me, then I would have time, but I don't have time to hire people. Can I afford it? I have no idea. I don't even know how much money I actually make because I never do the numbers. I realize that now in hindsight, but at the time it was like, I don't have the time for that. I don't know if I have the money for that. Like, uh, I feel like that's just adding another thing to my plate. And it took me getting so sick of living my life in that state of like constant stress and self disappointment that it was like, well, what I'm doing now
Yeah.
clearly isn't working, so I can afford whatever it is because I can't afford to keep living like this. And I will make the time for it because I'm
Yeah.
clearly not doing a good job of it on my own. And yeah,
Yeah.
the irony is
Absolutely.
at the
Powerful.
be yeah, and at the beginning it was like very stressful because it just felt like another job when in reality if I just did what we talked about doing, it actually got easier. So I was able to put everything else aside and
Absolutely.
prioritize what was most important, and within a very quick amount of time I felt relief.
Yeah. Awesome. So we've been working together now for a while. I mean, more than 6 months for sure. Um, let's talk about like what's some of your progress. Where are you at now? You know, we've been coaching on a regular basis, kind of like that executive owner coaching on a regular basis now. What progress have we made? You know, what are some what's some ROI that you've seen? How are you doing now?
Um So, like, the most obvious progress I feel like is my mental health, honestly, because before I felt like I just had so many jobs in my life and I didn't even know all of them or how to accomplish all of them. And strangely enough, when anything goes sideways in my life now, I don't panic like I used to because before it was like, I don't even know how this
Mhm.
is going to affect everything else. Now, when things go sideways, it's like
Yeah.
I can handle it because I have a plan in action, and I know that I'm making progress. I feel like I actually could hire someone now because I actually have a lot of the stuff that's been trapped in my mind out on paper, and so I don't have to remember it at the moment that it's necessary anymore. Now I can actually
Yeah.
refer to a piece of paper that's documenting it and doing the work for me. Um, yeah, yes. So I
Yeah.
feel
So we
like,
got, you know, we honed in a lot with you on time management to begin with. Then we laid out the foundations of your business, your mission, your core values, and then we're building the playbooks of your business. And all of this is kind of really an on ramp for you to start building your team, right?
yes.
And so, like, how does that make you feel of the progress that we've made in an effort to now start to actually grow your team as the business has now been growing also?
It feels freeing. It feels exciting, actually. In the past, I wanted to hire people because I didn't have enough time and it felt like a necessity. Now it feels exciting. It feels like an exciting opportunity. I mean, I just went to a
Mhm.
continuing education course in California, and I had a great time, and I wasn't worried about, how it was going to affect my business. And so, yeah, it feels very exciting. And I feel like whenever a new person does come in, I'm going to know how to handle it a lot better since we have systems in
Yeah.
place. Whereas in the past, I felt like I was just winging
Mhm.
everything and it did not turn out well.
Yeah. No more winging it. All
Right.
right, last question. So, if there was what would you tell another business owner operator who's watching this right now and is possibly unsure about taking the next step and bringing me in?
I mean, if you're okay with where you're at, then by all means, like keep doing what you're doing. But if you keep saying like I wish or I should or if, then it's worth trying. Worst case scenario is that you decide that it's not for you and you change your mind. Um, Best case scenario is that you get your poop in a group and you actually start like thriving rather than struggling.
Love it. It's been an absolute honor, Erin. I appreciate your honesty. I appreciate all the hard work that you've done. Some days I feel like a little bit of a tormentor, but I've done my best to be a good accountability partner for you. And like at the end of the day, you're doing all the work that is required, and I'm just the guy on the side. So it's been an absolute honor to come alongside you in this journey, and we're just getting started.
Thank you so much, Desi. I am so grateful that I get to know you.
Appreciate you, Aaron.
Ditto.